Hello, my name is Song and my student ID is 190117994. Today I will talk about Hangman Game in C language. I will talk about my contents. First, I will talk about what is Hangman Game. Next, I will talk about how to do in C language. At last, I will talk about at the end of the presentation. Now let's talk about Hangman Game. What is Hangman Game? One of the English word guessing games. Draw a blank or underline as many as the number of letters and put one of those 26 letters. Draw a picture of a man like a Zola man in Korean who is hanged on the gallows but starts with a blank space at the beginning and then marks the wrong letter every time the life is cut, and in the order of gallows, rope, head, arms, hand, body, leg, foot. It is a game that it is lost when the drawing is completed. Now let's talk about origin of Hangman Game. The Hangman Game, which everyone would have played at least once as a child, is a game that helps a lot when learning words. Hangman means hanging hanger, and the name Hangman is because the game character is hanged when life is 0 because all the entered letters are wrong. There are some notes to play Hangman Game. So let's talk about Hangman Game notes. Notes 1. If a specific letter is duplicated in a word, all the words are filled in the blank. We can refer to the alphabet P in the picture below. Now let's talk about Hangman Game Note 2. When a letter that is not included in the word is selected, a hangman picture stroke is added. Also, we can refer to the alphabets with this letter in the picture below. I got some pictures for example of Hangman Game. I referenced the process of filling the alphabet on the wiki. Now let's talk about how to do in C language. There are some required concepts. We have to use strings, and we know how to do dynamic allocation, pointer handling, and also use functions and use headers. I think headers is very important in this Hangman Game. I made 3 methods to make Hangman Game. Let's talk about my method 1. This is the simplest way. This is a method of selecting a word from a random word dictionary and playing the game. In the entered letter is included in the word, the corresponding letter is substituted in place of underbar. Also, arrays and pointers are used. Now we can see my code and result that I saw you the picture. code is not very hard. Now let's talk about my method too. This is my main code for the Hangman game. I use functions, additionally boolean, and use global value and multiple headers. Now let's see picture 1. I declared functions and headers. Time.h means library that it is related to time. Windows.h is a Windows C and C++ header file that contains definitions for all macros required by Windows developers, all functions used by various functions and subsystems, and functions of the Windows API. Now let's standard.bool.h is a header file for defining a standard bool type, meaning standard boolean. Now let's see picture 2. I declared global value, and the double array was used as a dictionary format. Global values are automatically initialized to 0 when declared. We learned this concept in C language last year. Now picture 3. This is the main part of the function. If we got an alphabet, check the duplicate and correct and incorrect answers. Next page. We can see picture 4. Function to print underbar, to indicate that the letter that has not been answered correctly means blank. Picture 5. Functions to check for duplicates, also called overlap. This is to ensure that duplicates are output when we re-inputting a letter that has already been input. Picture 6. The function called wrong means find the wrong word. Use function sleep to make delay 0.5 second. 500 means 0.5 second. Now we can see Boolean function, which name is correct. True and false after matching words. Boolean function returns true or false. It was little hard function, but I searched internet and got some concepts and I made my function. At last, we can see print input word function. Function to output the input works. It was the easiest function. Now we can see the results page. Some arrays get word from dictionary and users can play the game. My answer was friendship. And last picture, you can see my name, Jongchan Song, my computer. Finally, my method 3. It was my additional implementation. In addition, I tried using file input and output. I learned a little from advanced C and tried it, and it wasn't incredibly successful, but it was an opportunity to redefine the concept of file input and output, and it was a meaningful implementation method, as it was also an opportunity to use various functions that were not learned. I took a picture of my code. You can see my code here. But my code can make some errors. And finally, the last picture. The code is not perfect. However, it would be grateful if you would like to see the Hangman game in order to make it more diverse. Additionally, my main code is method 2. Now let's talk about the end of the presentation. I'll tell you about what I newly learned. I learned several functions. Example, flush and sleep function. Flush, the flush function is used to empty the output buffer corresponding to the function argument. And the sleep function is a function that allows the program to sleep briefly. In our view, it's a function that delays time. You can use it by referring to windows.h. While researching the Hangman game, I searched for games that could be implemented using C language. Typically, there are Tetris games, Snake games, and the like. In addition to that, I felt that I was able to make various games while making a Hangman game. In fact, when I chose the Hangman game as a final project, I made a quick decision. The choice was so varied that it was not easy to decide. The most prominent and familiar concept was the Hangman game, and I think I was able to finish this project well. The Hangman game seems to have been solved as a practice problem last year. Here, I tried to code using the concept I learned recently. Additionally, I found some beneficial codes and functions which helped my semester project. Last semester, I will take a leave to absence in the next semester and go to the military to perform the duty of defense, so I feel that I will not be able to program for a long time. Thank you for listening to my semester project. Thank you.